Everybody, welcome back to another reaction. It's your boy Lance here for a solo anime reaction to episode 11 of Days with My Stepsister. Yep, this is once again another penultimate episode of the season. Episode 11, I believe there's 12 episodes for the season for this show. So let's dive in and see what we get for a setup for the last episode here. Brother and sister. I feel that. Want more time to sleep so you don't bother to eat. She's so excited. Good for her, man. Which one, baby? I get why you don't just combine them because of you want one student time with one student, like parent, stuff like that. But it's just so much easier to combine it.
あ、いや、何？
My man got called out already.
知ってるでしょ。俺と綾瀬さんは兄弟。
Step. Yeah, I'd be. She's spitting. I'm wondering if he'll ever get to the point where he can call her sister. I don't know if he can. Right? Once again, it's one of those things where we don't have a lot of his internal monologue to let us know. Oh man. Yeah. You know what? W for her for asking him, at least. No, it is something because she respects you enough and doesn't want to trample on your feelings. W her, man. She has to have Thanksgiving, my dude. Her line of work. Oh, she's trying her hardest. Good for her. Oh, what a good smile. Maybe to, but like I underappreciate it is her trying so hard to make this a family, right? A famous university in Tokyo, Tokyo University. Well, my dude, about that wasn't necessarily me. Oh, called her my mom. Oh, shout out to all moms out there, even the ones that raising kids that aren't their own. Same thing with dads, but shout out to the moms in this episode. No, Mia. Prestigious school. Yeah, prestigious school would help. Especially, I guess, in Japan. But school sometimes doesn't help you land jobs. Sometimes. It's more about experience than anything. The thing with having a degree and going to college will at least get the door maybe open for you, but getting past the threshold of said door is a different story. So I didn't tour. I was trying to say earlier, I didn't tour many colleges. I was pretty much set on going to Austin, mainly because the only school really in Texas that had a film program. Oh, hi. On ethics. Why is she covered in grass? My voice is familiar. Personal space? Well, ethics, right? Well, that's good for her. You should be careful with that shit. Okay, damn, she cut to the chase, all right.
彼は世間一般の倫理に照らし合わせて
Interesting that
なぜそう思うんですか？
we're bringing up an ethics conversation.
そう聞くってことはやっぱりか。
私、あなたの
Yeah, I could see that.
正直な子は好きだよ。で、質問の答えは？
Yeah, she's avoiding the question.
好きなんだろう？
良い兄だと思います。
そういう好きじゃない。恋愛感情を持っているという意味だ。
兄ですよ。
I'm
親が他人だ。
義理でも兄です。
3ヶ月前になったばかりのね。
interesting that she's being used as
自分でも
a plot device to push this question out, right?
浅村さん。
This is going to be the point where people,
藤波さんもお昼？
well, I think honestly, if people made it this far, they probably weren't dropping it. But if they become an actual couple, I could see people dropping it.
支えられるとすぐに懐いてしまう。
I was thinking that, right?
お断りしようと思ってたんですよ。
断る？
予備校には勉強に来てるのでそういうのはって。
Oh, I'm not trying to date my girl.
つまりナンパだと。
でも違うみたいですね。
Nah, my man.
食べ始めて早々に会話に行き詰まりましたから。
That was a low key burn.
私学校行ってないので遊んでる女って見られがち。
Is that why she changed from the
学校に
rap to the more healthier option?
あ、ごめん。気に障ったら。
大丈夫です。正確にはお昼には学校に。
She goes to school at night.
ああ、定時制の高校？
定時制女子深夜にゲーセンに出没と聞いたらどう思います？
Yeah, you can't really say that. That makes sense. I fuck, man, I prefer night school.
深夜にゲーセンに来たのかなって思うかな。
Yeah, I mean, Yuta is not.
本当ですかね？
Yuta doesn't.
どうして？
Yuta's a good dude,
遊んでるから
right?
ナンパしやすいだろうとか思いません？
No.
ごめん。定時制に通ってる人が身近にいないから、そのあたり。
ないんじゃないかい？だから偶然にも距離の近くなった一人の存在を好き。
I do love that they're bringing up this topic, though. It's a great topic to bring up.
本当に
Her basically, are you falling in love with this man
人間と交流してみるといい。
because he's somebody who is nice to you and unbiased towards you and stuff like that?
的な存在がいるんだと気づいて、そんなに
Or is it because
良くなるかもし
you
れない
do actually have feelings for said person?
他の人ですか？
別に
Oh.
人を作れというつもりはないよ。
Is she gonna go?
視野の狭さは理性と知性の敵だ。
Is she gonna go and have a date with
そこは同意します。
the dude that we saw has an interest in her? That makes sense.
ただ
Especially after a girl was like, "Hey, do you mind if I set her up?"
他の魅力的な誰かと交流してみてもなお自分の感情に変化がないのであれば、その時はその本物の感情を
Damn
大
straight.
切にしてあげなさい。
You know, for a second, I wasn't. Aw.
おにぎりってさ、海苔が歯にくっ
Okay, so yeah, it was she didn't want to stick to the teeth
で諦めた。
while you were talking to him. That makes sense.
また明日。
Look at our two characters here meeting new people.
ゆり先輩がいたの？
うん。受付やってた。
先輩、名門女子大生だったんだ。
あと、すごく変な先生
Professor Kudo.
変？
としか言いようがなくて。で、ちょっと議論
I wouldn't call that an argument, my girl.
終わったらぐったり。
でも、楽し
I would call it an actual discussion, almost like a therapy session, honestly.
そうだけど、
月の宮行ってみたくなった。
大学って自分で自分の考えることを見つけることから始まる。考える場なんだって思って。頑張ってみたくなったのは確かかも。
I think that's a good attitude to have.
よかったか。
I think people going into college already knowing what they want to do and knowing for a fact what they want to do is great.
これからも通うの？実習室。
but
まあそうだ
I
ね
do think college is where you figure out what you actually want to do. And even then, you might not figure it out,
ってことになってね
right? I'm in a crossroads in my own life figuring out, do I still want to do the things I'm doing with film and editing and stuff?
そうだこれは良いことのはずなんだ綾瀬さんが大学に行きたいと思うような出会いがあって
Yeah, expanding horizons, meeting new people, man.
予備校で会話のできる相手ができたように互いに俺たちは
Good.
新しい交流を増やしているこれが正常なあり方なんだ
But
俺たち二人ともがそれぞれに予定があり俺たちの行動は交わらない
no, your paths can overlap still, just not
ごく
all the way.
17歳の兄と妹に俺たちは少しずつ近づいている
Interesting, right? Because every time I watch the show, uh, I think they're getting together, and then they drop a show like this, like maybe not. And like I said, I can go either way right now, honestly. Like I could see, like I wouldn't mind seeing them grow, becoming a couple and growing, but also if they just went to be, if they just, like I said before, if they just become regular step siblings as a family where they support each other, I'm 100% down for that as well. Because honestly, yeah, this story is a lot more about character development than a romance, and I love that for this show, dude. This show's, I keep saying it, and I know people, oh, you said that before. Yeah, it's a top 5 show this season for me, right? And once again, it's one of those things where people are gonna have different tastes on things, and I totally get it if you don't feel this is a top 10 show. But if you're at episode 10 right now, then or 11 right now, then you probably need to look at your see. And if you don't like the show, why are you still watching it? And why are you watching me as a reactor? That's weird. For a show you hate. But yeah, I love the college, her going to a college. I love them opening up to different people because we can see at the beginning they weren't really doing that besides immediate people. I love the little aspect of the mom being so happy that Yuta called her mother. Like, granted, they were in like a student setting. It'd be kind of weird, but I do feel like that's his feelings that he has for her. What's this? Oh, blank and blank. Interesting. Episode 12, I believe, is the last episode. So I'm very, very curious where that goes. Because in my mind, episode 12 is where the rubber meets the road, is the saying. To where do they maintain these feelings or do they draw that line permanently, right? Without going back. I'm very curious because I feel like that is a place to do it. And you can also cliffhanger. And I really do hope we get that second season announcement because I really do. If not, I'm reading this. This is too good. Let's take a look at the author's commentary real fast. I was very hesitant on just bringing this professor in at ethics and like pushing it, but the more I feel about it, the more I think it was good. If she's a character, we've seen she's eccentric, so it makes sense she would butt herself into this topic. And kudos to her for basically telling her the truth and opening up. I mean, she's a professor of ethics, right? She's a professor at a college that she wants to go to now. So it kind of makes sense she would open up like that a little more, especially to a stranger. Sometimes you just want to blurt your true feelings out to people, right? Especially somebody who's willing to listen and somebody who's not going to judge you, right? It's an ethics professor. They're not going to judge you. Like I said, that would be a very interesting lecture to go to. But let's look at the author's commentary here. And let's begin. Meddlesome Maya. Maya cares a lot about Saki and Yuta. She has liked Saki since Saki's isolation and is very happy that Saki has recently become more comfortable with her surroundings. She is also aware that it is somewhat due to Yuta. In the original novel, she says straight out, they seem to like each other, though, which gets to the heart of the matter. On the other hand, however, she also senses the relationship between Yuta and Saki has not changed at all since the swimming pool, or rather, there's a distance between them. She's a leader who is often relied upon. Yep. One day, a male student comes to her for advice about love. Being a fair-minded girl, she doesn't want to dismiss the request and would like to support him with the responsibility. Yeah, so this basically, I'm not going to read the whole thing. You should go check out the original post on Reddit there. But she's trying to figure out, like, she wants to be considerate of Yuta's feelings and Saki's feelings, but she also doesn't want to say no to this dude who told her about this. So, and W for her for asking. The standard for judgment is clear. Is it good for Saki? Therefore, Saki's own feelings are the most important. And dating that person makes Saki happy, then it's fine. If in a sense you could say that Maya evaluates the male student who came to her for advice as a good person who I can recommend if Saki doesn't like Yuta. That's the big thing. If she doesn't like him, if she thinks that she is absolutely doesn't want them together, then there's no need to hesitate whether to give him advice or not. hmm Then can I support another boy? Is yeah, when the acting that's really good. Conversation between Yuta and Akiko. Akiko was her name. Mm, da, 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 da. Do, 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 do. When you're not saying anything that would make people uncomfortable, but they don't like it for some reason, it's possible that you're communicating in the general atmosphere in a way that different from your intentions. This is difficulty of communication. Thank you. That was the whole thing between them in the lunch stuff and all that. But once again, my therapist always tells me the hardest thing, and I've said this thousands of times at this point. The hardest thing for two people to do in anything is to openly and honestly communicate with one another, right? Um, in the original novel, Yuta compares his biological mother to Akiko here. Wow, his real mom was the type of person who would drastically change her attitude at home when she was out. She was someone who placed great importance on appearances and reputation. Yuta felt uncomfortable with this change. Of course, his biological mother was not simply evil; her behavior was also one way of communicating, and there was a history that led to her increasingly harsh attitude at home. However, for Yuta, who was still a child at this time, and for Yuta now, who is not yet fully matured, I think it is inevitable that he would feel more comfortable with Akiko. Make sure. Insensitive teacher. Oh, this is a lot right there. Even though he must know about the circumstances of the remarriage, why did the teacher make such a careless remark as the education his mother has given him up till now? Well, the answer is that he just said that to template sentences without really thinking about it. In the original novel, he half said it before realizing. But in the anime, I think he's just said it because he didn't think it was necessary to follow up on a teacher's impression that much. LOL. I'm gonna jump back. Uh, Associate Professor Kudo. She's a teacher in the seminar to which, yeah, we know that ethics is a branch of philosophy. Yep, I took philosophy and ethics was a big thing for that class. Um, da-da-da. As will become clear in later volumes, the professor did not do philosophy or ethics all the time, nor did she come from the girls' school to study sociology or at another university, where her interests shifted and she went to philosophy and ethics when she went to the school. Makes sense. People are interesting is her underlying feeling. By the way, I heard the sound director describe as Kaho as an angel who directed the voice actors. Oh, huh. Whether it was intentional or coincidence, I clearly positioned Kudo as a devil in the film. Just because she's a devil doesn't mean she's a bad person. Devils are mischievous and selfishly shake up and stir up people's hearts. That's exactly what she was doing to our girl there. Once again, Saki is sensitive. Seems like she'll break down easily and takes everything seriously. It's because she cares about Saki that I don't think she would want to push her forward. She had no consideration for Saki and was simply out of her selfish interest, giving her answers and pushing her forward, which is why she was able to give Saki the revelation. Oh, interesting. I might go back and just read that light novel because I want more on the professor there. There's another effect of the hedgehog. Hedgehog's dilemma, very classic trope, used very famously in Ava. In the original novel, there's a fairly long conversation about Kudo's skewed sensibilities and her nasty behavior. In the course of the conversation, Saki is often annoyed, which eventually led her to saying, "I don't really like you." Yeah. However, in the TV anime, it is not possible to have such a long conversation. It's true, especially with people's attention spans not being as good as they are now. In addition, she is wearing what looks like a white coat when she appears, but this is essentially an unnecessary white coat as she is a humanities teacher. Interesting. The original novel explains why she's wearing a lab coat. Just now, the professor was laying down in the open air thinking, or maybe taking a nap. I'm not sure which one that was. At the time, the students in her seminar scolded her, saying, "Are you going to do a trial lesson with leaves on on your suit?" And made her put on a lab coat. They found somewhere to protect her from the leaves. That's funny. That's hilarious. Yeah, I was wondering why she had leaves there. Um, yeah, Kaho. Okay. We will introduce Kaho as his missions briefing the TVM, including description background settings from the original novel. During the day, she works as a regular part-time job from the evening until night. She attends a part-time high school and dinner late at night. She wanders around town. In the original novel, she's depicted practicing at a golf simulator. Cool. Although she is used to, okay, Kaho was the girl's name. I was getting them confused. Although she is used to dealing with being hit on and seems to have a life experience, she is also shy side because of age. When she was having lunch with Yuta, she tried to get a rice ball, but stopped. Yep, got a fruit sandwich because the rice thing. Yeah. Um, they are slow. Okay, this is the big one. They are slowly becoming a very normal 17-year-old brother and sister. At this point, Yuta and Saki are only 16. They will be 17 when their birthdays come in December. Because the line is conscious of passage of time, the person saying it says that she is 17 years old, even though she's only 16. Okay. It may also have the hating meaning of we're getting close to adulthood. They can hide their feelings well and build smooth relationships. I think the monologue contains two meanings. They're becoming adults and they're becoming brother and sister. Now the next episode is episode 12, the final episode. Please watch them through to the end to see what kind of place the relationship will reach. So I was kind of right. I feel like the next episode will be the line. The next episode is episode 12, and I've watched it over 20 times. No, I'll stop now. I want you to watch it with a fresh feeling, so I won't say much. Ooh, way to cliffhanger that one. Author, way to cliffhanger that one. Jesus. All right, yeah, I'm really super excited to see where this goes, dude. This has been one of my favorite shows of the season. Take a look at the original post, please. I skipped over a lot of stuff, but overall, very, very curious where this goes. Let me know your thoughts down below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. We'll talk to you in another direction. Peace.